A command center is a location where the users of the system can interface to it. So that would be a room off to the side. Often it's next to the lobby. It really is dependent on the size of the system, the number of users that are using it, and the security level of the facility that the system is being installed in.
What factors might influence the design of a command center?
The location of the command center might be a factor. How much space the command center has allocated to it. The number of people that could be in the command center. Are there one operator or two operators? Are there two operators and a supervisor? Realistically, it's the interface between the users and the system. So those are the factors right away that come to mind. One of the other things that might be a concern is the number of systems that are actually being monitored or operated in the control room or command center.
So what are some of the systems that might be in a command center that users might be interfacing with on a daily basis?
Sure. Command centers can include anything from the CCTV interface to the card access monitoring to the intrusion monitoring, barriers and gate controls, turnstile controls, intercoms. One of the other things is, are the operators interfacing with security forces or police officers? Do they have radios to communicate with them? Are there telephones in this command center that the operators would be responsible for? Intercoms to talk with remote doors. Am I going to let people in a door based on verification of a camera and an intercom combination, or just a two-way line of communication? When we're talking about command centers, there are a couple of different tools that we use to make good choices and to design command centers. One of the tools is the command center worksheet that's in the site survey document. I'm a field guy, so I'm a little bit more used to going out in the field and talking to customers and interfacing with the users. You spend a lot more time in the office putting together parts lists and doing designs for customers and giving detail for how things would go together. What are some of the tools that we have at the office that you use to develop plans for command centers?
I use a program from Winstead called Wells that allows me to make 3D renderings of consoles and racks based on the information that a customer has given us. I can make them very detailed down to the size of the room, maybe where a column is, where windows and doors might be. We can add operators into the rendering and put specific equipment in the rack or in the console where it will really be in real life, and put that all together in 3D renderings as a full package for the customer.
Okay, and how easy is it for you to make changes? Because when I'm out talking to customers, sometimes they don't have a great idea, but it's our job to put that stuff together, but often it requires some adjustment. How difficult is it for you with that software, with Wells, to make those changes?
It's fairly simple to make changes. If they want to change the placement of equipment in a rack, or maybe how a console is laid out, it's simple to edit and drop and move and add different parts and pieces into the design.
So it is a pretty simple process, and it occurs regularly. It's not different for us to have to make 3 or 4 different changes to a console based on what systems we're putting in and how we're tying things together and stuff like that.
Right. Oftentimes there may be 3 or 4 renderings of the same console before we get the final product.
Right. And one of the really neat factors I like about the software is Winstead has the capability to export those drawings once a customer is satisfied with the design that you've done or that we've offered them. They have the ability to export those drawings in different formats that are usable by the engineers and the architects. I know that a lot of times I get asked for AutoCAD versions of the drawings or Revit versions of the drawings, or even different other software versions or software programs that Wells can be exported to. How hard is it to do that? Is there a special amount of time it takes to do those sort of things?
No, it just depends on how you save the file, but it's pretty easy to export into a CAD program.
Okay. Joe, is there anything else from a command center standpoint that you would like to know when somebody's calling into the office that would be helpful to you?
The more detail, the better. The room size, the general layout, maybe a simple drawing to help us better understand the layout of the console or the rack that they're looking to make, and we can take their simple drawing and make it into an advanced 3D drawing.
And it doesn't really matter what the equipment is as long as you have information on the equipment, like maybe some model numbers related to things that are placed on the countertops and sizes of monitors and manufacturers of monitors. The more, like you said, the more detail you have about what's in that room and what's on the console, the better you can make that, right? In more
Absolutely,
detail.
yep.